Okay, we're back.
You know what? We're going to make a big entrance.
Yes,
Mike,
we're going to make a big entrance. Mike, come in, listen.
Yeah, there we go.
This is a funny day.
This is the way it's been.
Mike Kelly's here.
I like this, though. Maybe this is a new thing for our show. We can have people make their like the Tonight Show.
I was just outside.
You're in the green room.
I was just outside talking to Stu Grimson. I got all wrapped up because Stu's talking the Predators, and I'm all fired up.
Listen, he can talk.
Yeah,
he can talk. The Grim Reaper can talk. But, you know, anytime your host just goes silent, that's when you know something's gone amiss. And nobody knows what's happening. But now
blame it on me.
We're back. No, not your fault. Not your fault.
I like it, Jackie. I think we're going to do more of this in the future.
Listen, surprise.
Never
I'm
know.
here. Or am I? No, but Mike Kelly is here. So let's talk some hockey, right? We just talked to Mark Moser ahead of the Avs and Preds game, and obviously there's a couple two Norris-worthy defensemen playing in that game.
Yeah, Cale Makar, Roman Josi, and I love the Norris race this year because you've got so many Ekblad and you know, so many guys that are in this race. Hedman, Fox, obviously, but if you're watching this game tonight, watch these guys skate. Watch how they possess the puck. They can both rip it from the point. Roman Josi's on a nice little run here in terms of scoring points. Cale Makar, he's got 11 goals in his last 13 games. He's hot. On pace for 40 with Bobby Orr. He's buzzing right now. So, you know, these are the things I focus on with these defensemen that make them so special. They have the puck on their stick a ton, both top 10. The turnover rate in the defensive zone, again, both top 10. They turn it over on less than 10% of their possessions in their own end. That's fantastic. Leads to a ton of controlled exits and entries. That's where Josi's the best. He's always the best in terms of how he moves the puck up the ice. But Cale Makar, scoring chances, things like that, he's doesn't have a lot of equals there. So they both have a little bit of different dimension, but they're both elite in a lot of similar ways. And it's just going to be fun watching them kind of go up and down the ice together against each other.
You know, that the zone exits there, those numbers are interesting to me because I think Josi is relied upon to exit the zone himself quite a bit, whereas in Colorado, Makar is probably wanting to make those long passes to McKinnon and Rantanen as they're moving up the ice. So I think that's probably why there's a difference there.
Yeah.
But Josi, he has to carry the ball, and he does.
Yeah, I think maybe more than any defenseman in the league, Roman Josi's relied on to do the most for his team when we talk about these elite guys, right? You know, Ekblad in Florida, they've got a lot more there. Hedman, even though they're missing Kucherov and Point. But when you talk about defensemen that have to carry the load of their team and their transition game and their puck moving, I don't think anyone does it more than Roman Josi.
Yeah. He's a heck of a player. We got to ask you about Bruce Boudreau's Canucks. I mean, they're going for their 6th straight W tonight. It's my favorite story. It's most people's favorite story in hockey right now. What have you noticed about these new look, new vibe Vancouver Canucks?
Vibe. I love that.
It's a new vibe, right?
They've got a vibe. They've got some energy. They look rejuvenated. I was talking about this on the Fly Show last night, but the thing that stands out the most is their transition game, kind of going from a team that wasn't great in terms of getting up the ice quick to one that is very good. And you look at the ozone possession, it's actually less under Bruce Boudreau per game at even strength. But you don't need a ton of ozone possession when you're getting up and you're getting in quick and you're attacking quickly. Regroups, how many of those regroups in the neutral zone when they kind of collect themselves is the next play a quick up the ice? Went from 30% to 45% under Bruce Boudreau. That's number 1 in the league since Boudreau took over. Completing passes in the neutral zone, that's execution. Much better under Bruce Boudreau. And ultimately, you want these regroups to lead to ozone possession so you can build on those chances. Under 30% of their regroups did that. Under Travis Green, they were playing in a bit of a different way. They're almost at 50% under Bruce Boudreau. So that transition game, they get the puck in the neutral zone. It's go north and go north fast. That's how Bruce Boudreau likes to play. That's how he's got the Canucks playing. I wondered if this would expose a below-average decor a little bit, playing this quick kind of game. It has not. It has worked really well. Thatcher Demko's been great. Halak got a good final 40 minutes in the last game. In San Jose, it's going to be a tough one for them, though. So we'll see. You know, Columbus was the first team in this little stretch that said, you know, we're going to take that thing away from you. We're going to try to slow you down, jam you up. And they did a good job of it. We'll see what San Jose does in this game.
Yeah, I would say looking at those numbers, too, a lot of that regroup is Quinn Hughes kind of being active, right? I mean, he's really good at that. But it tells me that the game, a lot of the game maybe is being played in the neutral zone more because there's not a lot of time in the offensive zone, but I would suspect there's not a lot of time in the defensive zone either because they're making those regroups and it's kind of being played basically a little bit more geographically on the offensive side than the defensive side. Would that make sense?
It does, and their defensive numbers have been better, top 10 expected goals against since Boudreau took over. Again, we're talking a short sample here, but I always, I talk to coaches about this. I view the neutral zone as a pendulum. I think it's the most important zone on the ice, because if you tilt it the way you want,
you're coming
versus
back
what you don't, right? You cannot get scored on if the puck's in the offensive zone. Impossible. You might not score a ton, but you're not going to get scored on. So I almost view O-zone time as much as a defensive measure. About a quarter of the goals scored in the league at even strength come off the rush. It's a high amount that come quick. So, when you can kind of tilt that pendulum your way, which is what they're doing, it's going to help you.
Certainly. I hope that they win again, because I just think it's so fun. I don't buy that he doesn't like the chant. I've said it many times now. I don't believe that he doesn't like the chant. I think he just doesn't want it to be about him. So he's like,
I think Bruce, because he's such an experienced guy and he was a player for a long time, I think he's aware, and I think we've seen this in other sports with other coaches. I think he's aware of the fact that, to your point, Jackie, I think you're bang on. It's about the players. And he deflects to the players. He's done it at almost every press conference he's done. He's trying to build those guys up. And at the end of the day, that's smart coaching, because really, he's been around long enough to know, if the players are playing well, I look good. If the players are not playing well, I'm not going to look good. So he's trying to get these guys, lift them up a little bit, give them that respect that they expect. They may not say it to us in the media, but the players are always keeping an eye on things. I always say it. They know everything that's going on, and I think they appreciate the fact that Bruce is giving them their due as, hey, he's kind of building things up for us again.
For sure. It's everything Bruce is doing right now seems to be working. He's pressing all the right buttons.
On the ride home, though, he's in the car, and he's like, Bruce, there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. He definitely likes it. Like, come on. Who wouldn't love having a crowd, like an arena full of people chanting your name for a good reason?
That's so funny. I couldn't handle it. I'd be like right along with them. That'd be bad, right?
The players would be like,
players would be like, what are you
Hollywood? Get this guy out of here. That's good. Well, I'm sure Ovi's heard his name chanted quite a few times in his career. He makes history last night with the power play goal to tie Dave Anderchuk. What can you tell us about what Ovechkin is doing right now? Because we talk about his age so much. He's 36. He's still scoring. He's scoring in different ways. He's passing the puck. It's like, I feel like it might be the best we've seen, Ovi. I don't know.
It's crazy to think that, right? He's 36. He's played over 1,200 games in the league. He's had deep playoff runs. He has to be tired, doesn't he? He's not tired. So he's leading the league in scoring. He's got one more point than the second place. This is what blows me away. Even strength points. He's 9 clear of anybody else in the league. And we're 2 months into the season. Last year, he wasn't in the top 100 in even strength points. And you can say, all right, it's a bit of an aberration. He hasn't been in the top 10 in 10 years. He gets a lot in the power play. He gets a lot in general, but still, for him to be 9 points clear in even strength scoring is unbelievable. The goals are kind of similar. It's really the assists, like you talked about, Jackie, the playmaking. And, you can say, okay, well, maybe it's unsustainable, what's been happening, whatever, and there's a bit of a degree of that. But I looked at all of his passing metrics in the offensive zone. How many passes is he completing? How much does he have the puck on his stick? How many is he completing into the critical areas to set up quality chances to lead to assists? They're all at 5-6 year highs. So he is a better playmaker this year at even strength and doing it more often. Blown away that he's doing this at 36.
Who has kids and then appears to have more energy after the kids arrive?
Not this guy with a 5-week-old baby, that's right.
I'm like, how? I'm like, Ovi's also, yes, congratulations as well. But yeah, Ovi's a dad now too. So it's like, how? How? It doesn't.
I just love the assists. And again, last night, that backhand assist at the end of the game for Sherry to score. And then I love the reaction, because he got right in Connor Sherry's face. He's like, like, he brings a lot of passion and energy.
He was pumped.
And it's easy to have that energy when you're the guy scoring, but I think it's more fun to watch when a guy, especially a goal scorer, sets up a play and has that same passion. And he's been just lights out good this year.
Must-see television. He always has been, but even more so this season. Mike, we appreciate you. Next time, I wonder how we'll start the segment. It should be a surprise.
Mike, it's time to go. So
I made a diva entrance. I'm going to make a diva exit.
All right. See you, Mike. Thanks for the time, buddy.